20 tactics, explained one move at a time. See how many you can spot before I do. White to play, what's the move? And that's checkmate. White to move, can you spot it? We give up the rook on purpose, it forces checkmate in 1. Black takes the bait. Checkmate. The rook walks right in, backed up by the queen. Your move, what's best for white here? Two targets at once, the king and the queen are forked, check. The king must move, so we win the queen. So the queen comes off, just as promised. That leaves us a queen for a pawn up, and the position is winning. Black to play. What would you play? Check. And the same move wins the queen. There's no reply that saves it. White grabs the knight, the offer accepted. And there's the payoff. We win the queen for the knight we gave up. Check. That leaves us a queen for a piece up, and the position is winning. Black to play. What's the move? We check the king and fork the bishop. It can't be saved. The check comes first. The bishop stays where we can win it. And we help ourselves to the bishop. That leaves us a piece up. White to move. Can you spot it? A royal fork. Check on the king, and the bishop can't be saved. The king steps away. The bishop can't come with it. And there it is. We collect the bishop. Check. That leaves us a piece for a pawn up, and the position is winning. Your move. What's best for white here? We check the king, and the rook behind it is on the same line. That's a skewer. The king has to move, and the rook is left behind. So the rook comes off, just as promised. That leaves us ahead on material. White to play. What would you play? We check the king. We grab a free rook. That leaves us a rook for a pawn up, and the position is winning. Black to play. What's the move? Check, and the same move wins the knight. There's no reply that saves it. The king steps away. The knight can't come with it. And we help ourselves to the knight. That leaves us a piece up. Black to move. Can you spot it? That forks the queen and the knight. They can't both be saved. Only one can run. The queen escapes, and the knight falls. And there it is. We collect the knight. That leaves us ahead on material. Your move. What's best for black here? We invest the bishop for the pawn. A sacrifice, not a slip. That's a discovered attack. Our queen now hits theirs. Check. White takes the bishop, just as we hoped. That's what the bishop bought. We win the queen, and our knight is still under attack. This move leaves it there. That leaves us ahead on material. Black to play. What would you play? We take the pawn with check, and the same move forks the king and the bishop. The king has to move, and the bishop is left behind. So the bishop comes off, just as promised. That leaves us ahead on material. Black to play. What's the move? We throw the bishop in with check, and that's a discovered attack. Our queen now hits theirs. White takes the bait. And there's the payoff. We win the queen for the bishop we gave up. White grabs our rook, check. The rooks come off, and our king takes back. That leaves us ahead on material. White to move, can you spot it? The queen is pinned to the king. It can't run. All it can do is take our rook, and that trade is a win for us. Black plays on, but the queen is still in the net. And we help ourselves to the queen. That leaves us ahead on material. Your move, what's best for black here? We give up the knight, and the mate follows. Checkmate in 2. White grabs the knight, the offer accepted. We recapture the pawn, and it's a discovered check from our rook. Forced, the only move. Checkmate, we finish it off. White to play. What would you play? We fork the king and the rook. The pawn that could take our knight is pinned to its own king, so it can't. Check. The king has to step away, and the rook is ours. We take the rook back. Material is level again. That's the tactic. Black to play. What's the move? We give up the queen. It forces checkmate in 1. There's no way out. White takes the queen, just as we hoped. Checkmate. White is done. Black to move. Can you spot it? We give up the bishop on purpose. It forces checkmate in 1. White takes the bait. Checkmate. That's the game. Your move. What's best for black here? Up goes the passed pawn, now 2 squares from the back rank. And it's a discovered check from our rook. That's the tactic. Black to play. What would you play? We improve our rook and trap the queen. It can't escape, so we win it. White grabs our rook, check. We win the queen for our rook. That leaves us ahead on material. Every one of those was explained by the same engine that reviews your games in ChessImprover.